Have you ever jolted awake between 3 o'clock and 5 a.m., staring at the ceiling and wondering why your body refuses to go back to sleep? If you are an older woman, this is not just a random inconvenience. It could be an important signal from your body, related to your health, emotions, and even your future. Imagine this. You look at the clock, it's 3:27 a.m. A bright red or cold blue light hits your eyes, reminding you that your sleep has just been interrupted. You know this feeling all too well. Your mind starts racing, calculating how much time you have left to sleep before the alarm goes off. If I sleep right now, I'll have 3 more hours. Oh no, 2.5. Damn it, only an hour and a half left. Your heart rate starts to increase, your mind becomes more alert, and the more you try to go back to sleep, the further away sleep seems. Does this sound familiar? If the answer is yes, you're not alone. Waking up during this time is a common phenomenon, but what matters is how you react to it. And here's the good news. You can turn these restless nights into opportunities to understand your body, adjust your emotions, and even discover valuable moments of quiet for yourself. In this video, I will share with you 5 important things you must do when you wake up between 3 and 5 a.m. These methods not only help you easily fall back asleep, but also improve your overall health and mood each day. And stay until the end, because number 4 is something most people overlook, but it could be the key to unlocking better sleep and a healthier body. Before we begin, I would greatly appreciate it if you liked this video to help me spread positive lessons about aging. If you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you do so and turn on the notification bell to not miss any videos. If you enjoy this content, please leave a 1 in the comments. If you are not satisfied, leave a 0, and I will always listen to provide better quality videos for you. Now, let's get started. Number 1. Don't force yourself to sleep. Do this instead. Imagine this. Your eyes spring open in the middle of the night, the room is dark and silent, only the faint light of the alarm clock reminding you that it's only 3:17 a.m. You sigh, turning to one side, hoping to fall back asleep immediately. But then, your mind starts to calculate. If I fall asleep right now, I can still get 3 more hours of sleep. Oh no, only 2.5 hours left. Wait, just over an hour. And at that moment, a wave of anxiety rises within you. Your heart races faster, and your breathing becomes heavier. Does this sound familiar? If so, you are not alone. Waking up between 3 and 5 a.m. is more common than you think, and it's not a sign of something terrible. But there is a mistake that most people make, and it's the very reason you toss and turn all night, trying to force yourself to fall asleep at all costs. Trying to fall back asleep only increases your stress. When you lie there, begging your body to drift off, you are actually triggering cortisol, a stress hormone that keeps your brain alert. Your nervous system gradually shifts into a state of vigilance, making sleep feel further away. So, do this instead of trying to sleep. First, don't lie there in frustration. Gently sit up, but don't turn on bright lights or scroll through your phone. Simply changing your position a little is enough to send a signal to your brain that you are no longer fighting sleep. A comfortable position, like leaning slightly against a pillow or sitting upright on the bed, can help your body relax more. Next, focus on your breathing. Inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for a count. Then exhale slowly through your mouth for 6 seconds. Repeat this 5 to 7 times. This is the quickest way to activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the system that helps your body enter a state of rest and recovery. By doing this, you will feel your body gradually loosen up, your heart rate slow down, and your mind ease from the chaotic thoughts. Now, check your surroundings. Sometimes, the reason you wake up isn't due to stress or anxiety, but simply a small discomfort you haven't noticed. Perhaps your pillow is too flat, causing your neck not to be properly supported. Or the room temperature isn't right. Too hot or too cold can disrupt your sleep. The ideal temperature for sleep is between 15 and 19 degrees Celsius, so if your room is too stuffy or drafty, make adjustments right away. Even a small change can make a big difference. But here's the most interesting part. The time between 3 and 5 a.m. is not necessarily a curse. It's actually a special period that many great minds throughout history have used to create. Leonardo da Vinci used to divide his sleep into short segments throughout the day, believing that these moments of wakefulness helped him develop breakthrough ideas. Nikola Tesla was also a person who slept very little and used this quiet time for research and invention. You can make use of these moments in a similar way. Keep a small notebook by your bed. If you wake up with a sudden thought about something to do tomorrow, a new idea, or even a strange dream, write it down. Sometimes, the best ideas come in these very moments. If writing isn't your strong suit, try a simple visualization exercise. Close your eyes and imagine a peaceful scene, a beach with gentle waves, a forest at dawn, or a vast prairie under a blue sky. Let your mind drift into that space instead of getting caught up in the whirlpool of stressful thoughts. The most important thing to remember: waking up in the middle of the night is not a sign of failure or a serious health problem. It's just a natural part of your body. Instead of worrying, use it as an opportunity to understand and listen to yourself. When you change the way you perceive it, sleep will come more easily, and instead of a night full of tension, you will wake up feeling much more relaxed. The next time your clock shows 3 a.m. and your eyes open in the dark, don't panic. Breathe, adjust your surroundings, write down what's on your mind, and remember that sleep is not a battle. It's a natural rhythm, and you just need to go with the flow. Number 2. Drink water the right way. Don't just drink for the sake of it. You wake up with a start at 3:47 a.m., feeling that something is not quite right. Your mouth feels dry as if you had been chewing on a handful of cotton all night. Your throat is parched, your limbs are a bit restless, and your body is inexplicably warm even though the room is still cool. You turn over, trying to ignore that uncomfortable feeling and go back to sleep, but the more you try, the more restless your body becomes. This is a sign that many people overlook. Dehydration during sleep can be the reason you wake up in the middle of the night. Throughout several hours of deep sleep, your body continues to lose water through breath and sweat without you even realizing it. When the water level in your body drops below a certain threshold, the brain sends a warning signal, causing you to wake up. But instead of finding the right solution, most people unconsciously drink water instinctively without knowing that how you drink water at this moment can determine whether or not you can fall back asleep. First of all, don't rush to drink cold water. I know, the feeling of a glass of cool water can be very tempting, especially when you feel warm inside. But here's the problem. Suddenly cold water can stimulate the sympathetic nervous system, making your body more alert rather than relaxed. When the cold water flows down into the stomach, it sends a signal to the brain that there is a temperature change, forcing the body to adjust, increasing your heart rate and making it harder for you to sleep. Instead, opt for room temperature water or slightly warm water. Warm water is easier for the body to absorb, doesn't create a thermal shock, and can help you quickly return to a relaxed state. But plain water isn't enough. Your body not only loses water but also important minerals like sodium, potassium, and magnesium, elements that help maintain the balance of the nervous system and muscles. If you've ever woken up with a slight headache, feeling restless, or even experiencing cramps, it might not just be due to dehydration but also a lack of electrolytes. There's a simple way to replenish minerals without having to mix a complicated electrolyte drink. Try adding a small pinch of natural sea salt to the water. Just a few grains, not enough for you to notice a salty taste. Sea salt like Himalayan or Celtic contains more minerals than regular table salt, helping the body absorb water more effectively. If you don't like the salty taste, a drop of lemon juice can also have a similar effect. Lemon not only adds a bit of potassium but also aids digestion, helping your body regulate its biological clock better. But if you're someone who gets anxious easily or often wakes up feeling anxious, there's an even better option: a warm cup of chamomile tea kept by your bedside. No need to brew it too strong. Just steep a tea bag in warm water before going to bed and keep it in a thermos next to your bed. When you wake up, instead of drinking cold water, you can sip a gentle cup of chamomile tea. Chamomile contains apigenin, a natural compound that binds to receptors in the brain, soothing the nervous system and helping you drift back into sleep easily. At the same time, it's gentle enough not to irritate your bladder, avoiding another wake-up just to go to the bathroom. Why is drinking water correctly so important? Because dehydration not only makes you thirsty but also disrupts essential bodily functions. When the body lacks water, the heart has to work harder to pump blood, body temperature becomes harder to control, and muscles can cramp or twitch. These things can be enough to wake you from deep sleep. But rather than simply drinking water to quench your thirst, see it as an opportunity to provide exactly what your body needs to restore and relax again. Next time you wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. feeling dry-mouthed, remember this: don't drink cold water, replenish a bit of minerals, and if possible, try sipping some chamomile tea. It's not just a way to quench your thirst, but also a way to reset your body, helping you easily drift back to sleep once more. Number 3. Check what your body's emotions want to say. You open your eyes at 4:12 a.m. Not because of a strange noise or a feeling of thirst, nor because it is too hot or too cold, but something feels off. A strange sensation tugs at your chest, not quite anxiety, nor quite sadness, but just a vague heaviness. Your mind begins to spin, gathering fragments of yesterday, an unresolved conversation, an unfinished plan, something you can't quite name yet. You close your eyes, trying to ignore it, but the more you do so, the more alert your mind becomes. If this sounds familiar, you might be experiencing a very special phenomenon, emotions waking you in the middle of the night. Interestingly, this is not only psychological, but it also links to the physiology of the body. According to traditional Eastern medicine, the time between 3 and 5 a.m. is referred to as the lung hour, when the lungs not only perform their respiratory function but are also thought to be connected with emotions such as sadness, regret, and underlying anxiety. When you awaken in this time frame with a vague yet persistent feeling, it may be a sign that your body is trying to process unresolved emotions. Modern science does not entirely interpret this in the same way, but research shows a similar reality. Unresolved stress or anxiety from the day often resurfaces at night when the brain is in a state of processing and organizing memories. This explains why we tend to overthink at around 3 or 4 a.m. This is when the brain is least distracted, giving unfinished thoughts a chance to surface. So what can you do when this happens? First, don't try to ignore this feeling. Emotions don't disappear just because you refuse to acknowledge them. Instead, take a moment to truly check in with yourself. Sit up gently, lean against a pillow or sit up straight, and ask yourself, what am I thinking about? Is there something from yesterday that's still bothering me? How am I feeling? Don't force yourself to have an answer immediately. Sometimes, simply asking the question is enough for your mind to start sorting things out. If the feeling persists, try writing down a few lines. It doesn't need to be an elaborate essay or a polished paragraph, just a small piece of paper or a notebook by the bed, where you can jot down any thoughts floating through your mind. You might write, I feel a bit anxious about tomorrow's meeting. Or, I'm still sad about the conversation yesterday. Or simply, I need to buy milk in the morning. Writing it down not only helps clarify your thoughts, but also signals to your brain that you've acknowledged the issue, allowing it to temporarily settle and stop looping in your mind. Now, combine that with a simple breathing exercise to help relax your nervous system. Close your eyes, inhale slowly through your nose for 4 seconds, hold the breath for 1 second, then exhale gently through your mouth for 6 seconds. As you exhale, imagine releasing all the tension and thoughts that are clinging to your mind. Repeat this 5 to 7 times, and you'll feel a gentle shift. The body will be less tense, the mind less chaotic, and sleep may start to return. Remember, emotions are not the enemy of sleep, but if left unattended, they can become unwanted guests. Instead of fighting them, give them a little space, some understanding, and then let them drift away quietly. And as you do so, you'll realize that 4 a.m. is no longer a frightening time. It can be a moment when you truly connect with yourself before a new day begins. Number 4. Gently activate to restart the body. You lie there, the clock shows 4:23 a.m., the faint light from outside the window filters in, and you know you've fallen back into the familiar loop. You've tried closing your eyes, changing positions, even taking deep breaths, but your body remains restless. A stiff neck, tense shoulders, legs feeling like a mild electric current is running through them. You can't seem to settle. You start tossing and turning, the blankets and pillows become disordered, and with every passing minute, you feel further away from sleep. This is something many people don't realize. Sometimes, the reason you can't sleep isn't just in your mind, but because your body is trapped in a state of tension. After several hours of lying still, blood circulation slows down, muscles stay in one position, joints are unconsciously compressed, and this causes discomfort that's hard to explain. The good news is that with just a few gentle movements, you can reboot your body and activate your relaxation response, helping you drift back into sleep more easily. First, stop forcing yourself to lie still. If you've been tossing and turning for more than 15 minutes and still can't sleep, simply changing positions is no longer a solution. Instead of lying there and battling against restlessness, gently sit up. You don't need to turn on the light or completely leave the bed. Just slightly alter your position to help your body escape the fixed state it's been in for hours. Start with some neck movements. Relax your shoulders, slowly lower your head so that your chin is close to your chest, then gently turn your head to the right and then to the left. Feel the tension along your neck and shoulders, but don't force yourself to stretch too hard. Just small, slow movements are enough to send a signal to your body that you are relaxing. Repeat this 3 to 4 times, and you'll find that your neck and shoulders feel much lighter. Next, free your shoulders. Raise your shoulders up high as if you're trying to touch your ears. Hold for a second, then completely relax. Repeat this 3 times. This is a simple yet extremely effective way to release the accumulated tension in your shoulders, which is a place where many people unconsciously store stress, and when you relax them, the relaxation signal spreads to the entire body. Now, let's focus on the back and hips. If you're still sitting on the bed, lean forward, allowing your hands to rest gently on your knees or stretch down towards the floor. Don't force yourself to touch your feet. Just let your spine stretch a little, inhaling deeply as you lean down and exhaling slowly as you rise. This movement helps release pressure in the lower back, one of the most prone areas to stiffness after hours of lying down. Finally, concentrate on your legs and feet. If your legs feel a bit restless, try lifting one leg gently, rotating your ankle clockwise and then counterclockwise, and then switch legs. If you feel that your legs are cold or slightly numb, rub your palms together to warm them up, then place them on your feet and hold for a few seconds to stimulate blood circulation. This is a small yet highly effective tip to help your body recognize that it's time to relax again. The entire process takes about a minute, but its effects can be significant. When you perform these gentle movements, your body starts to shift from a tense state to a relaxed one. Blood circulates better, the parasympathetic nervous system kicks in, allowing your body to rest and recover, and the feeling of restlessness gradually disappears. One more thing that few people know: cold hands and feet can be the reason you can't fall back asleep. When the body prepares for sleep, the core temperature drops slightly, and more blood circulates to the extremities to help the process naturally. But if your hands and feet are too cold, your body reacts negatively and retains heat in the center, making you feel more awake rather than sleepy. If you notice your feet are cold, quickly warm them up by gently massaging them or wearing a thin pair of socks. This is a simple way but can make a big difference in helping you get back to sleep faster. And remember, gentle movements are not a sign of failure in sleep. It's simply a way for your body to readjust its state. Instead of lying there in frustration and disappointment, take the initiative to do something that makes your body feel more comfortable. It only takes a minute, but it can help you return to sleep faster than any other method. Next time you wake up at 4 a.m. with a restless body, try this method. Sit up, move gently, relax the major muscle groups, and let your body slowly return to a relaxed state. And then, when you lie down again, you'll find it easier to drift back into sleep instead of continuing to toss and turn in despair. Number 5. Soothe the mind with sound. You stare into the darkness. The clock reads 3:58 a.m., and your mind seems to decide that this is the perfect time to race. Thoughts start flooding in. Have you locked the door? Is there anything important in tomorrow's meetings? Or even, why did you say that silly thing in 2019? You know you need to sleep, but the more you try, the more alert your mind becomes, replaying nonsensical thoughts that you can't control. If this sounds familiar, you are not alone. When the brain is overly stimulated in the middle of the night, trying to force it to stop only makes things worse. But there is an extremely effective method to distract these thoughts without effort. That is to use sound intelligently to guide your mind back to a state of relaxation. One type of sound that helps you easily return to sleep is pink noise. If you've ever heard of white noise, pink noise can be seen as a gentler, more natural version. Instead of high-frequency sounds that can be annoying, pink noise produces deeper, warmer tones, resembling sounds in nature like crashing waves, gentle rain, or wind rustling through trees. These sounds not only help mask background noise but also synchronize with brainwave rhythms, making it easier for you to slide into deeper sleep. A study from Northwestern University found that listening to pink noise while sleeping can enhance memory and improve sleep quality. It works by slowing down brain waves, allowing the mind to gradually drift into a natural state of relaxation. You can download a pink noise recording or use an app that plays natural sounds, setting it to a low volume just enough to fill the space without waking you. If you don't like plain sounds, another option is guided meditation. A gentle voice guiding you to breathe slowly and relax each part of your body can be a wonderful way to take your mind out of the loop of stressful thoughts. Short meditations from 5 to 10 minutes are enough to help you enter a state of calm without feeling like you're in an extended meditation session. Imagine a warm, slow voice. Close your eyes, feel your breath, relax your shoulders. Let thoughts gradually fade away. As you listen, your brain will start to focus on the guidance instead of the nonsensical thoughts, helping you easily drift into sleep without trying. Another option for those who prefer words is an audiobook with a monotonous, flat delivery. Not the type of suspenseful book or thrilling novel, but content with a slow rhythm, not overly engaging yet still enough to distract your attention from chaotic thoughts. A book about history, a lecture on astronomy, or even a document about geology can be excellent tools to lull you to sleep. What's important is to choose a narrator who isn't too dramatic, with no sudden music or quick voice changes. A steady, monotonous rhythm is the key to soothing your brain. But why can sound help us sleep better? Because your brain operates on patterns. When the mind is caught in a loop of anxious thoughts, it needs something to replace those thoughts with a more pleasant signal. The right sound not only acts as a background for relaxation, but also guides the brain into a consistent rhythm, similar to how a lullaby calms a crying baby. Next time you wake up at 3 or 4 a.m. and feel your mind racing, don't try to force it to stop with sheer willpower. Instead, play a soft rain recording, listen to a short meditation, or start an audiobook with a slow reading pace. Let the gentle sounds replace the chaotic thoughts, and before you know it, you will naturally drift back into sleep, without tension and without effort. So we have explored together 5 important ways to turn those sleepless nights from 3 to 5 a.m. into opportunities to understand our bodies, manage our emotions, and gently regain our sleep. You've learned that instead of panicking or forcing yourself to sleep, you can do simple yet effective things like changing your breathing, drinking water properly, checking your emotions, moving gently, and using sound to calm your mind. Now, I would like to know your thoughts. Which of these 5 methods interests you the most? Are you going to try drinking warm water with a bit of sea salt, or will you place a notebook next to your bed to jot down thoughts during the night? Or perhaps you have tried one of these methods before. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I look forward to hearing your story. If you find this information useful, please take a moment to like this video. It not only helps me know that this content is valuable to you, but also helps the video reach more people who are facing similar issues and need a solution. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, I strongly recommend you do so right now and turn on the notification bell so that you don't miss any future videos. Thank you for spending your time watching this video until the end. Remember that sleep is not a battle, but a process that your body and mind need support with. Don't forget to try these methods and leave a comment about your experience. Wishing you better, deeper sleep and a healthier body. See you in the next video.